So if you've been coding for a few months now and you still feel like a brand new beginner, that's a very common feeling. You've probably built a to-do list app or some form of console game and maybe even attempted to build a blog application and dropped it halfway through. Now you're asking yourself, what's the point of doing this? I feel like I'm going in circles. I might as well quit and figure out something else to do. That feeling is actually totally normal. And today I want to break down why that happens, how you can finally feel unstuck, and don't get in a position where you have to watch so many tutorials to feel like you're actually progressing as a developer. So the first reason that you're probably feeling stuck is that you're consuming too much content and you're not actually creating enough. Tutorials are great, but they're just like training wheels. You're going to follow along what someone else is doing. You're going to type what the instructor types, and when it works, you're going to feel like I got this. It's going to give you a level of confidence that you didn't have prior to starting, and that's good. But the truth is that you didn't solve a problem. You didn't figure out why you were getting that bug. You didn't actually go through the pains, if you will, of building this application on your own, having a true understanding of how it works. So when you go to build something on your own, you're going to freeze up. It's going to feel overwhelming, and it's going to be hard to pick up and develop the skills that you need without following along because that's just traditionally what you're used to. So the shift that you want to make is that you want to stop copying what someone else is doing. And even if it means taking a step back and starting small, you want to start building based upon your expertise and your knowledge base. Pick something small like a calculator or blog application. But this time, instead of following a tutorial, utilize Google, utilize the documentation, allow yourself to make those mistakes, overcome them, solve them, because generally ultimately that's where the truth growth happens, not following what someone else is doing. The second reason you're feeling stuck is because you might be avoiding repetition. Now, I get that you want to continue to grow and build and do something new, but doing the same thing over and over, although it sounds boring, but you have to think about it like this. If you were an athlete, the way they get better with the jump shot is by shooting jump shots every day. This is the same thing with musicians. They get better by performing notes, those exact same notes every single day until they perfect it. They have an understanding of it. They recognize patterns and they can do it with their eyes closed. Well, in the coding area, hey, you're not immune to this process just like anyone else. You want to continue to rebuild that to-do list app and add additional features. But this time, instead of doing a traditional to-do, maybe you add drag and drop. Next time you can add user authentication to incorporate authentication and how to attach it to a user. Maybe you want to set up an additional feature where you can have a real-time toggle with the completed to do versus just marking it as complete. That's how you enhance your skill and build upon what you already have. Don't necessarily go from a to-do list app to a e-commerce store. Maybe go with the to-do list app that now includes a calendar that you can see what to-dos you completed on what specific day. That's how you're going to get better. That's how you're going to become more comfortable. And without even realizing it, you're adding more skills onto the initial skill of building that to-do list application. The final thing that is potentially holding you back is that you're not reflecting on what you've learned enough. Most developers will start and finish a tutorial and immediately jump to the next tutorial, but you're missing that step of turning that knowledge into wisdom, if you will. The simple fix or the thing that I like to do with this is after I've built something, I like to stop, write down or acknowledge some new skills that I've learned, read over the documentation to make sure that I have a clear understanding of what concepts that I've just picked up on, and maybe try to build some form of a small side project with just those concepts. This is going to help me understand what I learned, what was confusing about it that I need to spend more time, and what would I do differently to make sure that, hey, I've done this particular approach to learn this concept. Maybe I'll try something different. Even if it's just taking 10 minutes to reflect on the code and what you just learned, building this habit and recognizing these patterns and picking up on these blind spots are going to help you build awareness. And as you become more skilled as a developer, it's not just about writing code, it's about thinking through your code, architecting, designing the system so that it's easily scalable and something that you can build upon and grow into. So the next time you feel stuck or feel as if you're doing the exact same projects over and over, that's okay. Don't panic. Be comfortable with what it is that you're building. Write down the progress that you have made and begin to add incremental enhancements to those projects so that, yes, you may have started with just a simple to-do app or a simple blog app, but now that blog app has categories, it has tags, it has the ability to add comments. These are additional features and skills that will enhance your skill set and help you get out of that rut that you're feeling of feeling stuck every time you open up your terminal and every time you open up your code editor and begin to code. So let me know in the comments the last time you felt stuck and what's your go-to project that you tend to eventually go right back to every time you get ready to build something instead of enhancing it and looking to do something different. If you enjoyed today's video, consider giving me a like and also subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.